movie, the latest one, they have Tony Danza as one of the guys. He's the first guy that joins Jack Lemmon's side. And I thought I have Dave Foley as, he's my Tony Danza. And no, I didn't even do it. I stumbled. But in my mind, I was like, they're going to applaud me. I'm going to get an award. I'm going to get a promotion. NBC is going to go, you're going to be the head writer because we loved your initiative.
So how'd it turn up? You stand up in the office, you just spew your stuff, and everyone's just like, dude.
Nobody cared. I mean, like, there's like, what's his deal? What's up with him? And Dave Foley's like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Dave didn't even back you up.
No,
like, yeah, you go get him. Nothing.
He's been in this game for a long time. He knows how it works, man. He knows who signs those paychecks. It ain't me. So he's like, I have no idea what's up with him. He's always seemed a little off to me.
You know what me and you got to do? We got to find this Dave Foley. And we got to make him a Dave Holy. Put a few holes in him, you know? You know what I'm saying?
I like him, though. He's a good guy. He just needs money. He got bent over the grill by his ex. So I sympathize. It's like, but I have no idea what's up with this guy. It's like, thanks, Judas.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Dave Foley being like out of money, I actually was thinking of
Speaking of Dave Foley being out of money, it's like
because the economy
that's
is.
A segue.
The economy's also bad, so a lot of people are kind of out of money. And I was thinking of like kind of advice I could give the government to help people that are kind of sick of the inflation.
By the way, we don't write these segues before. He just, off the top of his head, linked, speaking of Dave Foley being out of money,
this is how you
we're
stop
going to talk
inflation.
about the economy.
So this is like kind of like tips just the government can do. So this goes out to all the government officials that are listening in on me.
To stop inflation or to increase inflation? To
stop inflation.
Oh, okay.
I do not want worse inflation. I'm looking out for the little guy. So I advise the government, and even people at home, just start burning your money. The less of it out there, better it's going to get. So if you burn $2 to make your $1 worth more, that's good in the end. I've got right over here, the government can increase interest rates, so more Americans are interested in the economy. If you poke holes in something, usually deflates, like a tire.
Yeah.
Poke some holes in the economy.
Sort of deflation from poking holes. I like it.
I've always had the idea we should return to the gold standard. But I do not like the idea of gold becoming a standard because I don't own any gold.
I want to return to the gold standard, but I don't like the standard of gold.
So I just want a new standard. Like, I own a lot of plutonium. So if we went to a plutonium standard where I could cash out, I would love it.
If you're listening, government, he does not own a lot of plutonium.
No, they're listening. This is tips for the government.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot these are tips for the government. They do own lots of plutonium. You're right.
Tips for the government. We could also just keep inflating money. Keep printing it, make hyperinflation. Because I just want to see $1 trillion bills. That'd be kind of neat.
That would be cool.
If we ever get up to the Google Plexillion dollar bill, and kind of be like a double entendre for Google owns the world and the currency, that'd be kind of neat. That's all I got. You're welcome, CIA.
I forgot these are tips for the government. So one of the things you've been hearing so much about with the inflation thing, have you seen the word shrinkflation everywhere lately? Or is that just me? Like, is that?
I have never heard of shrinkflation.
You've never heard of shrink? I've seen it so many times. So shrinkflation is apparently when they take a product and they sell it to you at the same price, but they make it smaller. Like the Gatorades that used to be 32 ounces are now 28 ounces. Like a family-sized thing of Life cereal or something.
Is that why?
They make them slightly smaller and then charge you the same amount, hoping you don't notice.
Is that why they kind of decide like Budweiser's not a thing? It's more Bud Light. It's like less beer.
See, I don't think for that one.
Or like the new stuff where it's just alcohol water. It's just as light as it can go.
I didn't even think about that.
They're taking the calories out of our food.
Yeah. But
they're shorting us calories, man.
I actually like shrinkflation better than higher prices because I was thinking about this, and it's like the last 4 ounces of those are the shittiest 4 ounces of the drink anyway. The last 4 ounces of cereal in a box. I mean, that's the shittiest.
It's still gonna be there.
Yeah,
If you have an 8-ounce beverage, you're still gonna have a last 4 ounces.
If you charge me $1 less, and then I get a little bit, you know how much food Americans throw away? I feel like shrinkflation is definitely the route to go. Just charge them the same amount, shrink their food, we eat less calories.
See, you're thinking of it the opposite way. I see myself as an environmentalist. First and foremost, I'm an environmentalist. And I like to feed Mother Earth. So the more food we give back to Mother Earth, the healthier the planet. Do you want our planet starving? I've been to Arizona. It's really hot. That is a thirsty and hungry environment.
See, I'd rather just be tricked by companies into, like, be like, hey, I'm going to give you 80% of what you used to buy at 100% of the cost. Rather than saying, I'm going to give you 100% at 120% of the cost. I'd rather not pay more and just be tricked into thinking I'm getting the same.
Yeah, but that, for me, is just going to be, like, double inflation. Because I want to throw out at least a garbage bag worth of food a day. So if I'm spending $1 to buy less food... I want to waste
food.
I want to feed Mother Earth. What do you not get about environmentalists?
What do you not get about environmentalists?
If I see a hole in the ground, I'm going to fill it. And if that's with garbage, so be it. The Earth is hungry. Let it grow.
But yeah, I've been seeing these like buzzwords like shrinkflation. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a travesty." I'm like, it takes it off like the worst bit of the product. I mean, is it really that bad if you're going to eat one less bowl of cereal?
Now,
are you a little bit less candy?
I could see this if, like, in the Lucky Charms, if they just kept the charms and got rid of the other garbage.
Yeah, the Lucky.
Or, like, if you're drinking a fat beer and they scrape the foam off the top. Who cares? Cut the crust off my sandwich. I don't care. You know?
But, like, take junk food, for instance. It's like, wouldn't that be better for us if, like, they just made smaller ones that were, like, 80% of the size? If candy bars were 80% of the size they used to be?
And you don't think say if the candy bar was 12 ounces, you don't think if they reduced them to 8, people wouldn't just buy 2 8s to replace the 112? And then they'd be gaining the 4 ounces of candy bar?
If they did, then they would be spending more money, and they would have less money, and that would fix inflation.
Oh my god.
So they need to buy more.
So what if you're thinking that way, what if we just made every product infinitesimally small? So if you're like, hey, I want to buy that apple, and you're just like, well, that apple is around 1 atom in size. I would like 16 trillion of those apples, please.
It's okay. I have a Googleplex bill.
Exactly. And boom, 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 it balances out.
That works. I want to see it. And then it's picturing like them getting a microscope and looking at it. It's just like a fully formed apple. There's a little stem.
Yeah, it's just very tiny.
Small food is funny to me. I always love doing that with like every time I use like a small cup and just pretend like I'm a normal sized person, being like, or I'm a giant, and I'm like, look at me with this teeny cup.
There was this child one time I saw, and they showed me on their phone because the child had their phone, and they wanted me to watch this YouTube video, and it was a YouTube video of a grown, normal sized person cooking a meal on a small kitchen using like a spatula that's only a couple centimeters on a little frying pan, and they cracked open a little egg. And I'm looking at this child, and I'm like, you're not even that small. Why are you envious of this small kitchen? That's not for you. You're still too big for that. But it also links back to the... See, what'd you call it? What was the term?
Shrinkflation.
Shrinkflation. Yeah, I think we should... If kids are already interested in smaller kitchens, what if we just actually shrunk everything down?
That's what I'm saying. But I love getting like those little teeny cans of Coca-Cola and pretending I'm a giant. And I'm look at me with this normal sized Coca-Cola. Yeah, look at me with this normal sized Coca-Cola in my giant hand. Now I'm like 5'6". so I'm just like, ho ho ho! This is such a normal sized Coke.
But how do you feel about big people?
Who have like the teeny...
Yeah, then they go to the little can and like, oh, it stands on my finger.
And it's funny. It's be like, remember Chris Farley with the coat? I mean, that's funny too. Big
man,
guy with a
tiny
little
jacket.
can of Coke. Big guy with a little teeny can of Coke. But
so that actually, if every beverage is smaller, do you think on average that would make people, like as a society, pee less?
I think so. I think it would make them eat less. I think that we would be more fit.
I was thinking recently, again, being an environmentalist, how the environment works. And I was kind of thinking humans and animals pee a lot.
Yeah.
The environment is very pee-based.
The environment is
most things probably have urine on them.
They have it one time, I'm sure.
It's like the coating of the environment. The blanket, it blankets the earth. Pee blankets the earth. So I'm thinking real quick, if we drink less, is that going to harm the earth? Because we're going to be peeing less. That's less nutrients going back.
Just the world, like the environment.
Again, we're throwing away less garbage and we're peeing less.
The environment has a pee fetish and it just really needs it.
It needs the pee.
Needs the pee.
Needs the pee.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
It's just a quick thought I had. There's a lot of pee going on.
I mean, you never think about it, but there is a lot of pee in the world.
Yeah, but think about outdoors. If it hasn't rained for a bit, all the animals, most things are covered in pee.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of pee.
There's all kinds of weird things that they use, like stuff in urine for, though. Like, yeah, urea is used in, like, medicines and all kinds of weird. A lot of people, I don't think, know that. It's a weird, unknown fact type thing.
Did you know, a lot of people don't know this one, if you go to, like, a hardware store, you can buy, like, pee. They'll say, like, wolf pee, like, fox pee. And it's to keep animals off your crops and stuff.
Oh, see, I figured
so if you spray,
or something.
No, you spray like wolf pee around your like carrots or whatever.
That's a real thing.
Then the rabbits aren't gonna come.
Now, is it real pee or is it like synthetic, like lab made wolf pee?
Now, I didn't give it the proper taste test.
Oh God!
Because I don't know what pee tastes like, but I just know the container said wolf pee.
See, I've heard of like pheromones for like to attract like certain types of animals when you're hunting, but like I've never heard of. I didn't know they sold like wolf pee specifically. I didn't like that. That's kind of interesting / weird.
It's the farmer thing. It's like if you can't do a fence, you got to keep the rabbits
cover
away.
Cover it here and why not? Have a pee fence.
What makes me wonder, like humans are at the top of the food chain. Why can't we just pee on our own crops? You don't think the bunnies are going to go, oh, that guy can kill me. Obviously I can kill this bunny. Does he not respect my pee?
I don't think he respects your authority, as Cartman would say. He doesn't give two fucks about you. He's like, I'm gonna steal your shit. I'm gonna hop away.
Are you telling me I should shit on my crops?
We're going to talk bad. Those rabbits are going to talk badly behind your back. You're like, yeah, that farmer, he didn't even come close to getting me today.
Telling me I need to kill some more rabbits.
For the environment.
Call me Elmer Fudd.
It's wabbit season.
It's wabbit season. For the environment, I'm going to kill some rabbits. So I was also thinking of kind of a good way to also protect the environment. So easy environmental tips at home. I didn't fully think this out, so I only thought of 3 environment. So these are my top 3 environment tips.
No, these are tips to help the environment?
Help the environment,
okay.
Yeah. They're like simple things to do around the house. Like at night, just unplug your fridge. It's cold enough.
It's cold enough.
Plug it back in when you wake up. Turn your, just like your windows. Open them and close them as you need them. Unplug your fridge when you go to bed. Gas is kind of expensive right now.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of cars in the parking lot. They're not being used. If you got to go somewhere, just siphon their gas. Pay it forward, buddy.
Pay it forward. I'll let somebody siphon my gas someday.
Yeah, we'll use all the gas eventually, and we can stop digging it up from Earth. We'll just use what we got and then dig more. A
communal gas system through
like
stealing.
Just sick and tired of bread Just put it in your freezer.
The
I don't know how that helps Mother Earth, but I have it written down here. Put your bread in